Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is Monday, June the 24th, and I'm here at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort to check on the Disney Skyliner on a very, very, very hot day here in Florida. It's about 95 degrees. I think the heat index is actually up over 100, so kind of hot and miserable. Very sunny, very beautiful today though, but we're going to walk around for as much as we can before we get any kind of heat issues going on, or just before I totally give up on the sunshine here. But my wife is actually with me today, so she's going to walk around with me. We'll check everything out. We'll try to head down towards the Riviera through Jamaica and Aruba, and if we still have some energy towards the end, maybe we'll head over to the Spyglass Grill and grab something to eat as well. So let me turn you around real quick. I'm actually standing here by the Caribbean Beach Station, which is again the central hub. Say hello to some people coming on here. Everybody comes on all at once. Kevin, welcome. Way Too Sun, welcome. Kurt, welcome. Joe Smith, good to see you. The Fountain Channel, hey there. Bethany, welcome. Robbie, good to have you here, my friend. RP Buckets, you're welcome for the updates. Diana, welcome. Matt, Faye, and Casey, welcome. Rob, good to see you. Modeling Disney, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ombre. Tyler the Imagineer, hey. Neil, welcome. Yeah, I'll try to stay hydrated today. I never bring a drink though. My wife's sitting here holding a drink, but towards the end when we get something to eat, definitely replenish with the fluids. Kevin, welcome. Jay, how are you? Tim, Nemo with glasses. Cindy and Kurt love the mouse. Good afternoon. We'll be there for September 30th. Very, very cool. Hope you have a great time. Sharon, welcome. Coaster Enthusiast, Main Street Insider, Arjons, G. Wilson, everybody's coming on. Greg. Okay, so we are again here in front of the Caribbean Beach Station, and they're actually just running the Epcot side and the Hollywood Studios side right now. Hollywood actually looks to be running. Epcot is not. It's been stationary pretty much the whole time we've been here. But they are not running the Pop Century line, and I'm not sure if they actually ran it at all today. All three lines were down pretty much all weekend. They did not run Saturday or Sunday, which usually they haven't been running on Sundays, but sometimes they even leave them out parked. But for some reason all weekend they were not running. And then the Epcot side here has not ran since we've been here. So it's all part of their process. I'm sure they have reasons behind everything they do. They have to have so much load time and so much time for the gondolas to stay stationary and to be in motion. Still no human bodies that I've seen as far as cast members or anything like that. We always check, and I don't see any heads peering out of the windows as of yet. But the station looks really, really far along here. They're doing all of the kind of the landscaping on the outside now. They've cleared all this stuff. The walkways look pretty well intact here. They're doing a lot of work on the front area. So right now it looks like they're just power washing and getting everything ready over there. That's going to be pretty much a walkway area, and it's also going to be the entrance for the bus, because you can see there is a bus station right there, and that looks fairly well complete as well. I'm not sure if they're going to put some walls around it. But they do have the roof done. But that'll be nice to have, obviously, for internal reasons. Hopefully the internal shuttle will run through here. You know, if you're trying to get over from Martinique and Barbados and things like that, it's a little further walk to get over here. So it'll be nice to have the bus shuttle. But just a beautiful station overall. Now they're actually running the haul rope. You can see the bowl wheel for the Pop Century side over there. You can actually see the bowl wheel running around. So the rope is moving. They just haven't got any gondolas on it. Looks like they got one or two parked in the station there. Hey, Zippity Doodad, welcome. Steve, what's your under-over date for the soft opening of the gondolas? I'm thinking probably, if they were to do soft openings, I think it would be early to mid-August. Like I said, I haven't even seen any bodies on here at all. Cast members, nothing. So until they do that, you know, there's really no telling how long this could take. Sierra, I love Toy Story 4. They're my favorite animated movies of all time. They meant so much. I did not see Toy Story 4 yet, so still got to get out and see that. My daughter actually saw it in Ohio, and she loved it. Jay, landscaping does look sparse on the waterfront side. Yeah, I'm sure they're not done here. They cleared out a bunch of brush and trees and stuff that were around there. So I'm sure they're going to do something to make this look a lot prettier before we're done. But for the most part, I'm thinking they're going to want to leave most of this open back here so you can see. So I don't think they're going to be putting like tall trees and stuff, because they want people to look inside there. It's a beautiful station, and it's cool to see all the inner workings in there. Greg Murillo, hopefully I said that right. Thank you so much for the super chat. $1.99, appreciate that. Just trying to catch up on some comments here. Sorry about this. Kyle, welcome. Do you think the Skyliner will take over every bus route in the next 10 to 15 years? I'm not going to say that they'll take over the routes by any means. The buses are always going to be in operation because of the fact that people may not want to actually ride the Skyliner when it does shut down for any reason. You're going to need that bus transportation. But it's going to definitely become a part of the Disney landscape. It's going to be one of the primary modes of transportation for sure. All right, we're going to start walking around here. Kind of standing in the sun, and my camera will start to bake in the sun too. We don't want that. Somebody had actually come up with a good question during any sort of a storm evacuation. And we've talked about weather and storms and lightning and, you know, when the Skyliner would shut down. For the most part, it's going to run pretty steadily through the rain. Once you start getting into really heavy winds and lightning, of course, they're going to shut it down. But somebody had mentioned, you know, what if you're trying to get to, say you're coming from Epcot and there's a storm that comes in and you're trying to get to Pop Century and they pull you off at the Caribbean Beach Station. There's really no direct transportation over there. Would they just leave you in there? How would they work that out? So what I'm assuming is Disney may come up with some sort of a protocol that they will have some direct transportation over there. Actually, before we continue on, they have all these posts that have been in the ground here, and I'm not quite sure what they're doing. They had the whole Skyliner team was out here, all the Imagineers, about 2 months ago. They were all in a group and they were walking around and they were kind of looking at all these stakes, and so I don't know if they're doing something, if they're going to expand some of these walkways or what they're doing, but it was just kind of odd that the whole Skyliner team was out here kind of, you know, looking at these stakes and figuring out these walkways, and they were talking about a bunch of different stuff. So interesting to see if anything happens with this. So anyways, there's actually a real quick direct access that the buses can use to get over from Caribbean Beach over to Pop Century and Art of Animation. So in that scenario, you know, there's a weather issue and you got a bunch of people that still need to get over to Pop and Art. I'm sure they'll come up with some sort of an internal system. They have buses that, you know, are kind of set aside to do special things. They have the internal shuttle. Maybe they'll expand the internal shuttle over to Pop and Art in that situation. Take a quick look at the Riviera. That's looking really amazing. They have a lot of the scaffolding down now. Pretty much the only scaffolding left is just on the left side. We'll get a closer look as we head over towards the Riviera itself. But it really looks great. I love the blues, the light blues. It's like some different colored canopies there for some of the balconies. They got blue and orange. So that'll be neat to see once we get a little bit closer there. Cyril, they just released that Lion King soundtrack today, or you can pre-order it, I think, is what I saw. I saw a little email for it. Yeah, it should be good to hear all that music redone. So again, it looks like they're just they're doing a lot of work on the walkways here, just power washing. And that's going to be a pedestrian walkway that will cross over from Jamaica. We'll get a little closer and we'll see the walkway. So they're most likely just going to put a crosswalk here, just like the one we crossed over just back before the bridge here. But then you basically just walk down this walkway, and then you'll be able to enter into the station. And then there's that walkway that goes all the way behind the station. So that ramp walkway there, that extends the length of the station. So you would enter over on this right side, and then you'd be able to pick, do you want to go to Epcot? Do you want to go to Hollywood Studios in the center? Or do you want to head all the way over to get on the Pop Century Art of Animation side there? I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. Probably two-way, exiting and entering. So that's the direction towards Jamaica and Aruba. So here's the walkway right now, and there's some other walkways on the other side as well. I got a lot of super chats coming in here. Cindy and Kurt love the mouse. Thank you so much. Let me kind of jump back here, see if there's any comments. Sorry, I was walking along here and sometimes I miss my the $2 super chat. Thank you very, very much. And there was one more here. Let me make sure I catch it. Kurt Sugg as well, $1.99 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Got a nice little shady spot here. Let me read some of these. Michael Wilkinson, hi Rob. See you got back from French Quarter, or got back to French Quarter. Yeah, that was a fun trip. I love the Sassagoula River. Took a little while to get on the boat coming back to French Quarter. It took me about an hour because there was just so large of crowds, and you got to wait for the boat and everything to come over. So a little later at night seems to be heavier crowds to use the Sassagoula, the river cruise. But other than that, it's really, really a great time there. Robbie, thank you so much. Von Roll Skyway, $10 super chat. Moment to reflect. June 23rd, 1956, Walt Disney opened the Disneyland Skyway, built by Von Roll. It was the very first monocable gondola lift in the USA. Thanks, Walt. Now it's full circle with the Skyliner. Yeah, I saw you were posting pictures I've never seen before, like Walt Disney in front of the Skyway. Looks like the dedication for the Skyway. Really cool picture. So head over to Von Roll VR1 101 Skyrides over at on Facebook. I usually put the link down in the descriptions of my videos too. So check that out. Some really cool pictures he's got there. But yeah, Walt was a visionary for all this kind of stuff, and it's awesome to see that the Skyliner has definitely come full circle and kind of taken the gauntlet over from the Skyway. Steve Pinn, $1.99 super chat. Thank you very, very much. You guys are very generous today. Thank you so much. Keith, could you do a video showing the easiest way to go to the local supermarket? A huge difference in price between Disney supermarket. We did a couple years ago, and Disney charged. Well, if you don't have transportation, your own transportation, it's pretty hard to do. So you'd have to use an Uber. There's really no, the bus transportation or anything that Disney provides won't take you off property to a supermarket. But yeah, I can come up with something, if you want to drive there, maybe we can do something like that. So some pretty close local places that are pretty decent. Come up with something like that. I did the whole drive-through of the Disney property itself, and that was a lot of fun. But we'll come up with something like that. Sounds like a good idea. Danielle, so happy to be able to catch the live feeds again. It's very good to have you here. I know sometimes they're hard to catch. I sporadically do them through the day, but I try to spread them out, to try to get, different times of the day so people can watch. Loves Disney, staying at the Riviera in December. Can't wait, thanks for the update. That is very cool. You're gonna be one of the first guests to stay there. Clarky Aviation, hey Rob, we were just there at the end of May. Looking forward to coming back in August. Love the live streams. Well, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate that very, very much. So you can see all those gondolas are parked out front there. Those are gondolas that are not on the line, and for some reason they're not running the Pop Century line again. And it doesn't look like that Epcot line has started up at all. So we're going to keep moving around. We got to walk through Jamaica a little bit here because we really can't walk in the street to get around. It'll be nice once they open these pathways up and you can actually just walk over to the Skyliner. Caribbean Beach sometimes can be a little hard to navigate around inside the islands themselves. There's a lot of twisting and turning that goes on through here. Getting around the interior of the property is fine. You know, when you're walking around Barefoot Bay, it's pretty simple. It's just a pathway that goes all the way around. But once you get inside the islands here, there's a lot of twists and some navigation. It's like a little general construction over here, nothing too major. Maybe just some tree trimming or something like that. Or he's actually working on some kind of a pipe work over there. It is really beautiful inside the islands here. Danielle Gordon, thank you so much. Get a Mickey-shaped treat on me. Have a good day, and thanks for all you do. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Danny Destelli, $1.99 super chat. Thank you very, very much as well. You guys are really being awesome today. I appreciate that. All right, so we cut through a little bit, and here is the other walkway that they've built. And we've seen this before. This has been here for quite a while now. But just another way to get over from Jamaica, to cross over. They'll eventually open this up, and you'll be able to cross over to get, again, inside to the Skyliner station. Hey, now they're running the gondolas out onto Pop Century. So there we go. So this is basically what they do. Is they start that haul rope up, and then they just start running gondolas out onto the line, and eventually they'll start circling back. You can see there's the lead one all the way down there. Looks like a red one. They've run about 9 or 10 of them out there so far. Mazego, hope I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but you're welcome for the video. If you've never seen this part of the campus before, hopefully you're enjoying that. Chad Jones, so when the crosswalk go in, we know the Skyliner will be opening soon. Yeah, again, we always look at the little details. Once they start taking down fence, they finish landscaping, they put lights up. Of course, when they start opening walkways, once they open a walkway and you have access in there, we're going to be pretty darn close. So. Rob Gallo, $4.99 super chat. Thanks for all you do. Thank you very, very much. Very generous. Thank you. Chad Jones, my prediction of when, hang on, I lost you here. My prediction of when the exterior of Ratatouille is done, the Skyliner will be open. Again, they can open this in phases. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to wait to open the Hollywood Studios line or the Pop line here just on the Epcot line. They can keep that line closed. As long as the Caribbean Beach station is open and you can have access to it for pedestrians, then you can open the two lines, and then we can wait on that Epcot line for Ratatouille to get a little further along. John Hazelton, welcome. Aiden Kincaid, when do you think that the Skyliner will be open? Well, we're talking about that a lot. Hopefully, you know, Disney says that officially it's still in the fall. You know, that can have a range of about 3 months there through the fall. But, you know, outside of that, we're hoping that we could get maybe a possible soft opening through August. We'd all love to see something open a little sooner, you know, before Galaxy's Edge. That would be awesome. You know, we always look at the little details and we see, you know, all the stuff that's going on. Again, we talk about, you know, how far the stations are coming along, and, you know, you see all the testing and you see the landscaping and fences coming down. So, you know, the faster they move on that stuff, you know, the faster they can get it open. I mean, I'm sure Disney wants to get this open before Galaxy's Edge, and it seems like they're trying to be ahead of schedule on some things, so just pretty cool. It really looks awesome. There's a Princess and the Frog. Love how you can see in there, you can see the bull wheel is exposed. That's where the haul rope actually goes around the wheel. You can see the yard with the colored gondolas in there now. That's really cool. Station looks beautiful though. It's supposed to be an open air marketplace. All right, so we're gonna start making our way through Jamaica. We'll try to follow the line down here so we can see at least the gondolas overhead, even though they're not moving. Still cool to look at. Try to jump up on the sidewalk here. So that sun is really starting to come down. Again, it's 95 degrees here today. We are definitely in the beginning of summer in Florida. Danny, hey Rob, seems like the Pop and Art Station hasn't really changed since it was last there in April. When do you think why do you think the construction has slowed down over there? I think it's pretty well complete. I don't think that's really slowed down. It's just, you know, it's just the little fine details that they're doing. Like I saw they were up on the roof the other day and they were just kind of checking panels and stuff like that. And I believe it's actually lit up. So I'm gonna go back there, I think tonight, and get some video of it lit up. But I'm hoping those two white buildings that are inside, I'm hoping that they're gonna take those down. So that should be, you know, right towards the very end, because I think they're using those for just part of the construction, to house the equipment, to house, you know, the workers there and everything. So hopefully those buildings will come out. It's not in the original artist concept, so. There's Winnie the Pooh up there and Tigger. So still the gunmetal gray towers, which I'm kind of fine with anymore. Yeah, I would love to see some paint on these towards the end, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. You can actually see there's the grounding wires that go in case there's any sort of lightning strike. All that energy can dissipate through the cabling all the way at the very top, and then it can dissipate down through the towers. So we're going to keep moving through Jamaica here. We'll make our way down towards Aruba. And again, this can get a little twisty through here, so I apologize if we get around, or might have to navigate a little bit through here. Looks like we can get out towards the main walkway. I always say as many times as I've come through here is as many times that I still get lost through here. It's just, you see, I mean, this kind of twists all back through there. Which is still awesome. I love it so much here. So there you go. These go right over top of Jamaica. You know, I've heard some things, you know, as if you're staying here in Jamaica, it's going to be sort of a privacy thing. You're walking around, these gondolas are right over your head. You come out of your room and there's people looking down on you and everything, and over in the pool areas. But again, I kind of compare that to the monorail. You know, we look at existing transportation and, you know, the things that people don't have problems with. The monorail, if you've ridden it, and say you're going into the Grand Floridian, it actually goes right next to the pool. So you can see right down in the pool, everybody swimming, everybody doing all that stuff. We all know the monorail literally goes through the center of the Contemporary Resort. So you have people coming in and out of the rooms there, you have everybody shopping down there, you have people eating at Chef Mickey's. So, you know, you have to take it for what it is. And again, I know it's new, and people like to find fault in things that are new, but I always like to find the positive aspects in things, and it just looks so beautiful going overhead. Now that they're unwrapped and there's color through here, all the color really works well through the Caribbean beach, even though the towers aren't painted. What I love to see, you know, kind of a sky blue, you know, a similar blue to this, or these poles here, you know, on the tower itself. Yeah, that would be great. But they don't bother me so much anymore. They just sort of become part of the landscape. You know, they don't paint the monorail tracks, and those are right in front of the Magic Kingdom. They're just big concrete tracks that go through there. So again, it's just something new, something we have to get used to. Years from now, this is just going to be all part of the Disney history. It's going to be part of the normal Disney trip. See, Steve, you made a good argument to why the Poly is the best resort. I do love the Polynesian. Wilderness Lodge, Polynesian, in my my top 3 resorts for sure. A little glimpse of Old Port Royal as we go by here.
Yeah, I mean he's coming up here Friday night as soon as he gets out of work. Well, first of all, he has a car.
Really is a beautiful day. Blue skies, not a whole lot of clouds in the sky. I wish there were some more clouds, because then the sun could go behind the clouds, which would be nice. Coming up on the Riviera as well. Look at that. There's the gondolas as they head down into the Riviera Station. And this is where they cross right over the Aruba Pool over here on the left. But I want to take a look at the Riviera real quick. I'm actually liking the Riviera. Now that all the scaffolding is down, I think it looks really great. What do you think of that? Sort of, so-so? I should say it looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought it was just going to be a very dull sort of building there, but at least I like the blue colors. There's a crane doing something on the other side. But really looking forward to the pool area. They got that cool water slide that they're building over there. It looks like it's going to be some sort of a, I don't know what you call that, not really a lighthouse, but what do you think that is over there? That slide. I don't know, just some sort of a weird tower thing. I don't think it's going to be a lighthouse. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here because I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom out. Ohana Magic, what a view. It is, it's a perfect view. And these are going to be great balcony views out onto to Barefoot Bay here. You're gonna have great views of Old Port Royal, all the beautiful stuff they've done there. Great views of the Skyliner, the gondolas going overhead. Hey, there's the Haunted Mansion one. That's definitely have become a fan favorite. Derek W, I love the Riviera. I just wish they would have given it its own spot and left the Caribbean alone. Yeah, it turned out well though. I agree. You know, it probably wasn't the best choice of areas to put it in, and I don't know why they really chose to do something like that. Maybe they were just kind of looking for the, hello, how are you? You know, they have the large body of water here. It's beautiful lakefront area. But, you know, they put this here. They're going to be putting all kinds of resorts, more and more resorts on property. You can pretty much guarantee that. So here's the Aruba Pool. And then there's the gondolas going over top. Disney, for some reason, does seem to want to incorporate things into existing properties already. They've really been into building lands, you know, opening up Toy Story Land, Star Wars. You know, they put the Riviera here at the Caribbean Beach. They did the tower over at Coronado Springs. It doesn't seem like they want to, you know, expand into brand new properties, brand new areas. The Cove they're building over, it's a Marriott property, but over at the Swan and Dolphin. They're putting the nature resort over by Fort Wilderness. They just haven't started a new property. Like anything, there hasn't been anything new, say like the Caribbean Beach, you know, its own entity, a huge piece of resort property in quite a while. So hopefully they're gonna start changing that. Hopefully they'll announce a fifth gate and they can do some resorts around that fifth gate area.
Pool they've got over there.
I'm sorry?
Is that the big pool they've got here over there?
Yes.
Got the big slide on
Yep,
it?
great slides too.
Just
Two
go
slides.
around here and you're right there?
Yep, right over that bridge. Runs right into it.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Real easy. All right, so there is the Riviera Station. It's still fenced off for obvious reasons. It's not open yet. Got a little bit of cart traffic up here. Try to work our way around. Still got the oil booms out in the water to prevent construction debris, any sort of contaminants to getting all the way out into Barefoot Bay. Nice close-up area of that pool again. All right, let's get out of this guy's way. Let's see, maybe we can peek through the crack in the fence here a little bit. Don't think there's any harm in that. We can get a good view inside here. Got them inside the station there. And then there's the walkway. It's a covered walkway that goes over to the Riviera Resort, which will be very nice, especially in any kind of weather conditions. Be a nice shady walk out to the station itself. Then you have the front. They've actually added those iron gates out on the front. Those were actually sitting, I saw those leaning against the fence the other day. I figured that they were going to put those up here soon. So we'll walk around to the side where we can see everything in, see pretty clearly. You can get some pretty nice views around Building 55 here. And again, a little twisting and turning, but we will make our way around and we will see what we can see. That's cool. There's Coco right there. Zoom in a little bit. It's actually a cool picture. I'm going to take that picture. Get my lens cap off. Very cool. All right, onward we go. A lot of little wild creatures live back here. A lot of rabbits and squirrels, and seen chipmunks back here before. Chippendale, I'm sure, lived back here. Now this does not appear that this is going to be open in any way. The walkway where we look through that fence, that's going to be the main walkway into the station there from Aruba. And then you'll have the entrance coming from the Riviera. So it'll be nice. Caribbean Beach will have access to that Riviera Station over on this side, and then, you know, obviously you can use the main station if you're closer on that side. So a couple points of entry. Since it is such a large resort, it's always nice to have multiple ways in. Find our way all the way back here. And where do I want to go? Well, let's go here. Should be able to get a pretty decent view. Since they're not running right now, I don't think we really need to go up. We'll get a pretty decent view back here. They are definitely working on those gates. Patrick Morgan, $5 super chat. Thanks again, Rob. You are doing yeoman's work. Yeoman's. Is that a misspelling or is that a word I don't know? Yeoman's work.
Yeoman?
Y-E-O-M-A-N''S. I think that might be a misspelling, or it's a word that I don't know. But thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate that very, very much. Steve, wow, this resort is super nice. Jace, welcome. Hey, how are you? Good, good. Just a little hot walking around here today, sorry. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Watch all the time.
Awesome. I'm live right now, so
We saw it real quick, but
yeah. Can I put you on and just say hello? There you go. Guys will see yourselves, so
Thanks.
that's awesome. Thank you for watching.
I'm growing ears on YouTube. I don't know if you ever see me in your chat.
What's the name?
Growing Ears.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I watch with the Skyliner all the time.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
It's awesome to keep track of, so get more people on board, so appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah, bye.
All right, well, check out Growing Ears on YouTube then. Always got to pay the love forward. You okay? Lizards attacking you? Sometimes these lizards get a little weird. They get freaked out and they'll leap. I think they're trying to leap out of your way, but sometimes they'll leap right in front of you or right on you. All right, we'll make our way around to the steps here. I want to get a better look at those gates. So this is where you can get the best shot on all property of the Riviera Station. Right up here, building 56. Shot a lot of videos up here. That's where I shot that storm video. It was really cool to see. All right, so again, they are really working on the landscaping. They did just recently put in all these trees. Looks like they surrounded the backup generator there with some shrubbery. But they do got some guys down there working. Looks like they're working on some of the landscaping stuff. And there's those gates. They got one open. They had them both closed there for a minute, and they look really great. So that's how they'll close it off at night, which is cool. The station really is beautiful. Zero, yeah, I had lizards that were at war when I was at the tree houses last night. They were fighting with each other, and I had to break that up. They get very territorial. Ellen, yeoman is very good, hard, valuable work, and someone who does especially to support a cause. Wow, did you hear that? I did not know that. Thank you for pointing that out. I apologize if I didn't know that word, but I just learned it. Ellen says yeoman is very good, hard, and valuable work that someone does especially to support a cause. Awesome. Well, again, Patrick, thank you for referring to me as a yeoman. All right, let me grab a couple pictures and then we'll be on our way, because it is really pretty hot standing up here for some reason. There's no airflow right now coming through here. All right, on where we go. Is it really hot up here? Man. It's like that hot, stale air that's just, there's no air coming through here at all. Time to get back down. Okay, if you guys want to stick around, we're going to make our way back over towards the Spyglass. I think we'll probably get something to eat over there. I've recommended that restaurant many times. My wife has not actually eaten there yet, so hopefully she will love it. If you guys stay here, Spyglass is definitely the way to go. Got some really good food there. Really great atmosphere, little out of the way, open air place to eat, right on the water. One of the best places to eat at Disney. Doesn't necessarily have to be the most high. You can get places like the Spa that has really excellent food, and it's more like a quick service, and they have the beautiful view on the water. I feel my camera's getting pretty hot. I'm spending a lot of time in the sun. Let's see, which section of the Art of Animation would be closest to the Skyliner loading? The Skyliner sits right on the Generation Gap Bridge, which runs between the 60s and the Nemo area. So if you were to stay in the 60s or the Nemo, that would be your most direct access over to the Skyliner. Uh-oh, what's going on here? What do we have going on here? Maybe some cans of spray paint? Looks like she's taking a picture. They're probably doing the tower examinations. Just like we said, they will come out here. They will examine the tower for any sort of stress fractures. It's all part of the process, so very cool. You can see what kind of access they have with these cranes and the arms for any sort of evacuations. You know, maybe this is part of an evacuation process. You never know. Just kind of judging what kind of arm reach they have. Oh, sorry, I'm not even paying attention to what my camera's looking at here. That thing looks like it might be kind of fun to cruise around on, though. Did you go up on that thing? No? I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're going to swing it around to the other side. Sorry about that, guys. I was taking pictures and had my camera zoomed in. That's why my shot wasn't that great. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to lower it down. So I believe they were just doing maybe some tower examination. Which is good, because that would be towards, you know, the end of a lot of this process. They do a lot of the testing. You know, these towers, they vibrate, they settle in, they do all the natural things that they do. So they got to go up there and they got to make sure that, you know, all the parts, all the sheaves, all the connections, the tower itself, everything is stable and safe. So there's a lot of sun glare, so hopefully you guys can see. They're still lowering the boom over there. See just how massive these towers are. The D-line usually supports around 86 tons. I believe the cabins themselves, the hanger arms support about 1,800 kilograms, which is just under 4,000 pounds. All right, I got a lot of glare on my screen, so it's kind of hard for me to see Michael, this seems higher than the Hollywood section. Yeah, this is definitely one of the highest sections of the Skyliner itself. This and down Buena Vista Drive are the highest sections. So this one I'll personally be most nervous about riding, because that does get pretty high. I would love to start out on that Pop Century run, because it stays really low over the lake, and then it just kind of gradually goes up as it goes through the trees into the Caribbean Beach Station. So that might be a good first experience, but I'm assuming that the Hollywood line will probably be one of the first experiences. Hanging in there? I know, we're sweating to death out here. It's so hot. And again, it's the sun. If you're standing in the shade, it's not bad at all. But when you're walking directly in the sun out here, it's just absolute murder. Right now, I'd actually prefer to be up in one of those gondolas, so that sun could get reflected off of us. Be a lot cooler than it is standing on the sidewalk right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna shower and change this, okay?
Kyle, where do you think the next Skyliner location is, and what do you think about a Skyliner going on a roof of a hotel? What's your favorite Epcot hotels? And please do monorail soon. I will do a monorail soon, I promise. I thought a Skyliner going through a hotel would be amazing. Having a station on the roof of a hotel, I think, is a fantastic idea too. I think that's really cool. So both of those concepts, I think, would be pretty sweet. My favorite Epcot resort would definitely have to be the Swan and Dolphin, just because they're so iconic. The Dolphin is absolutely gorgeous on the inside. Now again, that is a Marriott property. It's not owned by Disney, but it's still considered part of the Epcot resorts over there. So here's the Jamaica Pool. And the Skyliner really doesn't come too much in contact with that. You can see it a little bit if you were to look over, but it does go right over top of the Aruba Pool for sure. I think my wife is having some sort of an issue back there. Everything all right? She's saving a worm. A worm frying in the Florida sun. This would be a perfect day to be just chilling out on the beach here. Yeah, that person's got the right idea on the hammock over there. She's right under a shady palm tree. It's definitely one of the benefits of this resort. Looks like they're going to do the same thing. They're going to grab themselves some hammocks and just have a nice day. There's a nice view of the Skyliner going back and forth. Got sand? Oh, she wanted to feel the sand on her feet. Is it hot? Yeah, the sand is got to be burning right now. Okay, I'm going to stand under this tree for a second. That sun was really really outrageous. Let's see. Tony, they use a small rope to pull a big rope. Okay, you're talking about how they ran the cables. Yeah, they used a smaller cable to pull the haul rope through. I'm sure that's what you're talking about. Sherry, will the gondola cars go in a full circle so you can ride from point A to point B? I don't believe that they're going to let you just do a continuous loop around, say, Hollywood to Caribbean and back. I doubt that they would do that, especially in the beginning stages. They're going to want to get people on and off because it's going to be so popular. Maybe as time goes on, you might be able to make the full loop, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking they're probably going to make you exit, you know, once you get to the Caribbean Beach Station and then over to Hollywood Studios as well. I might be wrong. That's whatever Disney decides to do is on them. But just for traffic purposes and the number of guests, I'm sure they're gonna have you exit. Liam, new signage at Disney Springs. Yeah, I thought about going over there last night, but I was kind of done last night as well.